Hello there folks, SeKo Starcraft here with some Legacy of the Void action. People are sleeping in the next room, so I'm gonna be forceful yet a little bit quieter as I'm casting this. I have myself a Scandal Lager, organic beer. I'm not totally into all that organic BS, but you know, whatever. It is Legacy of the Void, so we got crazy economy going right away. Interested in watching my opponent down here. He's just a barcode Zerg. A bit earlier into Legacy of the Void, didn't have a lot of points yet. So he's obviously just kind of getting used to this here, but it is a TVZ, one of my favorites. And I played a couple of really fast games before this one, so I kind of wanted something that was a little bit longer, so a little bit less of an aggressive strategy. But once again, Legacy of the Void, very interesting options for aggression. Excuse me, in the TVZ mix-up that I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a lot more people enjoying the mech, but I've run into a lot of trouble with dealing with the swarm hosts. Not swarm hosts. Swarm hosts are easy in Legacy Void. Ha ha ha. The Vipers, because it used to be really about getting that really sick air army, and even with the Liberator coming in now, it's got that great splash damage that you can use against, you know, Zerg mutas. It's still, when you get those Vipers out there and they cast that disintegration cloud, or whatever the hell it's called, and it just melts all of your units. Pretty sad. So I'm actually going to be going for a very macro focused strategy. I'm not even going early gas like I usually do, just because I want to go for extra economy extra. Going for an early scout though, do want to see where he's at, and if he was taking gas, which he is doing. Very important, I think, even as a Zerg player on a 4-player map. A lot of Reaper Hellion play these days still, so you kind of want to have that speed out, get those extra queens, pumping that creep. And for me, going to just wall off. You can get a really nice tight wall off down here pretty easy with the bunker. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and just getting out some Amarins here. Orbital on the way, now just starting my gas, because I do wish to play Mech, because I'm a Meching kind of Terran, this is the way it goes. Pool just about to finish up down here at the bottom, Overlord's going all over the map. He is scouting in the correct direction with his Overlord, he didn't go for a drone scout. We'll see in some of the other replays I cast that a lot of people aren't scouting for some reason. I mean, there's, as a, you know, Zerg player, if you're going to send out an early drone scout, sometimes you can pick on a few things. Zerg with the Overlords, if it's a 2-player map, I say maybe you don't need to scout. But because so many cheeses are apparent and everything else, I generally prefer to go around and see what's going on. My ICV did come and see the expansion. Didn't see the 6 lings coming out, though, importantly. I did not spot that. Almost got baited, in a sense, with this here, unintentionally. I will catch this Overlord. Perfect timing. It looks like he was rallying these to the middle of the map, which is a little weird for me. Maybe he was hoping to catch something. His speed is on the way. More queens. And I'll be able to finish my wall off here just in time for this guy to come home. Orbital, second orbital finishing up. Units wise, actually not that far behind the Zerg player in overall economy. Start my factory. I did supply block him pretty good with that kill there. We can see he's a little concerned. This spine crawler is very common nowadays, even on the pro level. The one spine in the natural, just to deal with the Hellion and Reaper pressure, stop you from poking in and out and taking your queens. So that's not too strange for me to see something like that. Looks like you want a little bit of a mismicro there. Loses 3 lings. And he's actually going to split them up. I didn't know how many lings. I didn't know if this was going to be from some sort of bust or something. But we see he's actually very smartly just spreading them around the map to where my next bases would be. I'm not interested in taking them right away, but still, that's always a thing. Starting a 3rd command center, I'm going way extra greed on this. We see his lair going down along with a couple more overlords. Very fast lair timing, 2 base lair, which isn't too crazy. I mean, we see it sometimes when people want to go to really fast mutas, go out there and punish a Terran who's trying to play too greedy. He hasn't seen really anything from my base because I killed his overlord and denied his lings. But as we can see, I'm pretty flimsy if he was to go for something like a muta play. Did he cancel his lair? No, he finished his lair. Ha. I scan. I see the timing when it's done. I think what he was trying to do is wait for the scan to wear off before he starts his spire. Because I think that's what his plan was here. Scan wears off. Let's see if that spire goes down right away. Yeah, there it is. Now, for me, as a Terran player, seeing a really fast lair like this, a couple things go through my mind. One, that it could be mutas, since I have an engineering bay, and I have widow mines on the way, not hellions, or it's going to be for some sort of roach, maybe even with the shoot, what's that new roach upgrade that shoots those orange fireballs of death? Whatever, it's getting late, can't remember. Ravager? Ravager, yes. So those are my concerns. So I'm actually going to get Widow Mines and start moving them around into places where I could get sieged, because that for me is a fairly common thing you can run into. Walling off on this side, but he's still just on 2 bases. So economy wise, I'm even with him. Have a 3rd base already finished, and I'm starting to get down my missile turrets now. My newbie-ish Terran Mech missile turret ring. Just good timing. I actually even see spores going down. This is very surprising. This timing of these spores doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because if I was going to hit them with Banshees, probably would have hit by now. Just saying. Tank is out. Lots of Widow Mines in play as well. So I'm pretty well protected. I mean, against some half-assed roach attack or something like that, I'd probably live. If he committed and went for a really big 1-1 roach timing with like 20 roaches, yeah, he'd probably just crush through there and GG. GG no re. Missile turrets, good ring finished. Couple in decent spots as well, just to protect me. Have my +1 mech on the way. It really kind of bothers me, they separated air and ground. I mean, maybe it makes sense. I'm just so used to that as a Terran player. SCVs are retarded sometimes. 24 lings on the way. Another very interesting choice. Like, he's going upgrades for ranged, yet he's investing a lot into lings. So, not exactly sure if that's the right move from him at this standpoint. But, once again, we're not tippity top level players, so he can give us a little bit of time on this one. Widow Mines, good spread. 7 mutas on the way, along with the infestation pit. Still just 2 basing it. And maybe he's run into a lot of circumstances, and I've done this as a Zerg player as well, where you keep getting pressured on your 3rd base and you don't really have the army to keep it alive. Scan, see the roach. I just wanted to see, this is generally where they're going to collect their army. Do you see the mutas are on the way out now? Good timing on that. But I'm pretty well defended. It's a pretty solid missile turret ring. I mean, if he gets in the back, I'm actually pretty screwed because I didn't build any right around my mineral line. Once again, you see, I've got almost way too much saturation here. The other command center is on the way as well, because I want to be able to get out a nice planetary. There's the mutas. A little bit of miscontrol there. Doesn't cost him 1 though. Oh wow, the ling dragged the Widow Mine into the mutas. How unfortunate. It's alright, mutas regen pretty darn quick, so they'll be up to good health in no time. But I'm going to sneak out some Hellions here, and I don't think he catches these. Don't think. Yeah, he's just got the middle of the map covered. These do not have blue flame yet. Actually, he sees them, but he's not engaging them. Maybe he's waiting for the right opportunity. Probably would rather use the mutas to fight them, or get those roaches out. Scanning to see if he's got another base down here. I know this one's finished. Actually, just hiding these guys for right now. I'm sure he knows they're out here, just not where. Behind us, Thor or Hellbat is going to be my comp. Split off 2 Hellions down here that I'm going to change into Hellbats, just to start wailing away on some stuff. Actually might kill some larvae. And the rest are actually going to run in here, and we'll see what kind of kills I can rack up. That's a pretty good shot on that one. So he does clean those up, get 9 workers. I had 8 Hellions as a part of that. Oh, that'd have been a sick pickup there as well. But he did clean up those Hellbats before they get too far. Bunch of spines going down, more spores, just a good defense all around. This mineral line's been completely abandoned for right now. And if we look at the overall economy, I've got a huge lead. He does very nicely. He's burrowed some lings, good spots. But because I've seen so much of commitment into lings and mutas, I feel pretty good with my hellbat and Thor mix here. We'll clean that up. Starport's going down, 4th and 5th factories. I've got actually, I'm spending my money pretty good. It's my gas that's not spending as good. And it's because I'm getting really mined out in my main base here. Lings are a +1 armor, +1 melee is about to finish up. There it goes. And he's going ultras. And I don't mind this idea. Yay, Widow Mines. Can't really fight this. A little bit of a misrally there, but actually does get out with most of those lings. big transfer of workers, throw down my missile turrets, and I actually expected him to go way more into mutas. Like, look at the bank here he's got going on. Despite having a pretty bad economy, right? He just made a giant round of drones, so it's going to pick up the pace. What is this one? Oh yeah, the targeting. I forgot about the targeting optics. That just allows, because I think originally increases cyclone lock-on range. Wow, forgot about that. And there's also the surface-to-air targeting, which I forgot that you need a fusion core now to get surface-to-air targeting, which is really terrible. I actually thought that cyclones were going to be a really great anti-air tool for a mech, now that the Vipers are really cleaning up everything else. I think I scanned down here and I actually saw a couple of workers transferring, so I'm going to send down some Hellions that way just to scout it out. Behind this, I'm actually building up a pretty good army. I got a big supply lead. And his upgrades are crazy though. You can see he's just getting himself ready to go nuts. Still a little oversaturated on this side here. Got a base I should be floating over pretty soon. But I want to build up a good army and actually go for a push pretty soon. I'm hoping to catch him transitioning in tech, or before he really gets out some kind of crazy late game tech. We'll clean up these hellbats. Hellbats are 1/1 plus 2's coming pretty soon. Blue Flame, because I accidentally got targeting optics. I'm not even using cyclones. But Blue Flame will be starting here right away as well. I think Blue Flame research time went down. I think it used to be longer than that. Anyways, more Widow Mines, set up in good spot. Widow Mine burrow speed is finished. Third base taken quite well. Now I have a pretty tough army. Now his Ultras, where's his links here for upgrades? 2-1. Ultras, if they end up getting fully upgraded, are pretty damn strong, but because I'm going Mech, the armor doesn't bother me as much. I mean, the damage is 33, so honestly, if it's gonna take away 4 or 5 of that, it's not as big of a deal as if you're playing against Bio, for instance, and you have Marines trying to take down Ultras. Cleaning up some creep to the south. I may end up expanding this way in the late game. That's kind of my plan. I'll move out in that direction. But really, he's just got all these lings. Blue Flame will be finished up here in just a few seconds. Starting a Raven right now. And actually building a couple Liberators. I'm going to use those as my anti-air as well. I just wanted to try them out. Why not? Blue Flame finished here in like 10 seconds. Actually, it's just gonna attack 3 seconds before my Blue Flame. It's not going to be as big of a deal. I mean, it would have been nice to have still. Blinding Clouds don't mean much. So I'm going to pause for a second. I just didn't realize how silly that was. If you're fighting with melee units against mech, hellbats in particular, Blinding Clouds probably aren't your best choice. That was really funny. The other thing here is he completely walled himself in. This Ultras actually can't get out and fight me. He's got a lot of money. What can he remax on that's really going to bother me, though? Maybe if he got out enough mutas, he might be able to contend, but God, that was really funny. I'm on hold position right now, so I want to snipe down some more of these mutas, more of these thors, before they can really get on top. And he's hitting one thor out of all of this. Just gets rolled. Vipers go down. I actually want to kill the Roach Warren as well, because a Roach remax might actually be something to contend with what I've got. Moving the Hellbats to the mineral line. Thor's gonna move towards the main base, and then yeah, he's pretty screwed at this point. GG's out. Cool. SeKo Starcraft. Thanks everybody for watching a little bit of Legacy of the Void action. We'll talk with you later.